Spotlight. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody. I'm here with...
Paul Presenza, otherwise known as the Moo Cow. Moo.
And we're here with...
Angel Bradford.
Yay!
Yay! And we just worked with Angel on a movie called...
The Love Spell.
Yeah, it's a short film that we did for Scream Queen Campfire. So, we're really excited to have you here.
And I think Hodor cast a love spell on Angel.
Yes.
We forgot to mention Hodor. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
This
Seems quite taken with him.
Yes.
I know. He was her protector for the shoot.
Yes.
You know.
Snuggle buddy.
Exactly.
But thank you guys for having me.
You bet.
Definitely.
It's been fun.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your background. So you do special effects and makeup as well as acting.
Yes.
How did you get into both of those?
Okay, so as far as special effects makeup goes, I've kind of just been self-taught ever since high school. And, you know, when I was in my late teens, I kind of took a break from it, going to college, you know, doing some military stuff. But once I got back home, I took a stage makeup class in college and started to, you know, like slowly get back into doing, you know, makeup and that kind of art. And whenever COVID hit, you know, everything was closed down and everything. So I was doing makeup more and more, you know, and just watching videos and still, you know, trying to teach myself everything that I could. And then I started sharing, you know, those makeups on Facebook. And that's kind of how I started getting noticed in the indie community, was through my makeup first.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. But, you know, I grew up loving horror movies and like all the creatures and blood and gore and effects and everything that I saw. So, you know, special effects has always had a special place in my heart because I love to create and work with my hands. Yeah, so that's how I got into like the special effects stuff, just passionate
Very
about
nice.
it.
Very nice.
To self-teach yourself,
Yeah.
all this stuff, did you use like YouTube or did you read any books specifically?
I actually find I learn best through reading.
Okay.
You know, so I read Tom Savini's like Grand Illusion books.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually watched a lot of his behind the scenes, you know, for movies like Maniac and you know, Creepshow.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, so I've just always, you know, had a passion for being able to, you know, really kill somebody on screen. Let me clarify.
I don't know. I mean, we were missing a few people, but not saying you did it.
And then
She's the Tabanga.
Oh my gosh.
A little shrub.
Yeah, that's me. A little short little
Stump.
Oh.
Hodor's gonna come after you. And then as far as acting goes, somebody who had asked me to do special effects for one of their films had asked me to read as an understudy for one of the cast members. And when I sent in that audition, he ended up making me the lead of the film. And it just kind of snowballed from there.
Nice. That's awesome. So then all of a sudden other people started contacting you about... See, that's the beauty of actors and everything, is once you start working on projects and people start seeing that, then they go, oh, wow, I wonder if I will work with that person.
And you mentioned gymnastics. Do you have like a sports or gymnastics background?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I did gymnastics for a few years when I was, you know, really little. And now I have, you know, a lot of athletic experience when it comes to pole dancing. That's very hard. Very hard. You literally use every muscle, you know, like that you have, basically. All the major muscle
I've never
groups.
done that, so it's okay.
But yeah, I also eat fire. You know, it's
As you
something
do.
else that I do.
That's right.
She did order spicy ramen that time. So.
That was like eating fire.
So you said, what is it? You said, like what? That you do fire eating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when did you get into that?
A couple years ago.
So was it just something you wanted to try, or?
One of my friends actually invited me to go to a fire eating class with her, and I did, and it was awesome.
Do you get like a fire eating diploma?
No.
Get burned up.
That's right.
Gotta watch out for heartburn.
Right? Yeah. You are so punny. I cannot with you.
Yeah, I'm the Walking Dead joke, basically.
Exactly.
But yeah, so as of right now, according to my IMDb, I have 22 credits.
Nice.
And those have all accumulated, within the past 2 years. And I'm very grateful, I have projects to look forward to, like Witch on a Walker with Lynn Lowry. I'll be
She's
co-starring
wonderful.
with her. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. Just got done filming The House That Eats Flesh. Helped with makeup and acted in that as well.
Shark Exorcist 2.
Yep.
Which
with
I
Donald
really can't
Farmer.
wait to see.
And
Yeah.
I saw you popping up all over Facebook, and I was like, who is that little pixie? And I started making inquiries, and all I heard were good things. So I was like, man, we got to see if we can't get her and some of our stuff. And then we got you into Indie Film Cafe, which was really, really nice. And
Well, I mean, before then we actually cast you, and put you in this because, you're sort of close to us, so we can, come over here and hang out and everything.
Yeah.
I hope so. That was awesome.
Most definitely.
We got more stinkers in mind for you.
So yeah, we just did an Indie Film Cafe yesterday with her, so look forward to that.
Tobogga.
From
Yes.
Hell It Came.
Exactly, and
The root of all evil.
exactly.
So you kind of seem to like stinky movies in addition to traditional horror films too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kind of enjoy the whole spectrum of anything, and that's supposed to be scary.
Well, what is your favorite film?
Oh boy, a lot of people ask me this, and a lot of people haven't really seen my favorite movie. But it's Amityville 2,
Oh,
The
okay.
Possession. I just thought like the POV of like the demon or whatever coming out of the basement was like really creepy, and then the makeup effects, and there's a scene in there where there's a guy who's laying on the bed. You have your main guy laying on the bed, and it's like his stomach is just like being like squished in. It's like it's so good.
It just doesn't get enough attention.
No, I personally don't think it does.
Yeah, I can't remember the film. I think sure I saw it a while ago, but I don't remember it.
I also really like the movie Demons, and I watched
Yeah.
that for the first time.
That's the one in the
like, a
movie
couple
theater,
weeks
right?
ago.
Or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
that's
Dario
good.
Argento's.
No, it's Mario Bava.
Omar. Yeah,
Some one of those guys.
Yeah. But I thought the makeup in that was like very well done too. See, and that's what I look for in movies when when I watch them now is like the makeup. I've figured out that that's what will make or break a movie for me, honestly.
Sure. So if you had the choice, if somebody gave you like a big pile of cash, what kind of effect would you love to do that you haven't done before?
It's a really good question. I'd like to find a way to do some sort of instantaneous combustion. If I could make somebody
That would be
just,
cool.
Yeah, somebody just like their whole body just explodes.
I won't volunteer for that one.
You won't?
No.
No, you don't want your whole body to explode?
No.
I mean, it wouldn't for real, I don't know. It's all fake, just so you know. That would be awesome. I would love to see more practical, special effects do stuff like that.
I
Because
love
that
practical
sounds like it's
effects.
something that they would do CGI now, and
Exactly.
everything.
Well, just for safety alone, for anything with fire or explosions,
Yeah.
Well, see, like even like in my head, like I would find, how they have like huge watermelons and like small watermelons. I'd just make a body kind of out of like watermelons and maybe somehow find a way to make them all instantaneously.
the watermelon man.
Yeah.
Watermelon man just explode,
Yeah.
and then just watermelon just goes on everybody.
Yeah, right. Oh my
Or you
God.
could do a paper mache head like they did in Fungicide. Those guys, that was fun.
That's funny. Yeah, something like that. Those are always fun to do.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. Is there anything you're looking forward to doing soon? Is there anything that you got coming up that you have you don't have to say what movie or whatever, but the kind of special effect that you're doing?
really got to think about that. I do have a lot of stuff that I have going on. Yeah, I'm supposed to be helping with makeup on Jeff Katmarinsky's Reflecting the Void, which is like a Lovecraftian, sort of themed, and there's like tentacles and green and like purple goo and orange goo and all this stuff. So like, already in my head I'm like, oh, like how am I going to do that? What's the science behind making all this stuff?
The science.
Makeup science.
Makeup science, I like it.
So can you do an effect with like a tentacled creature where something rolls out and grabs someone?
If I thought about it long and hard enough, and if I had enough time and the materials,
And
I'm sure I
money,
could
like,
figure
if
it
you're
out.
doing-
So do you have like a little workshop or area where you get to like spread out all your stuff and work on your things?
Unfortunately, not right now. I just kind of do everything in my living room.
Okay.
That is her workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we need to get you a place so that you can like even if you had like a shed or a garage or someplace dedicated where you could spread out and experiment. And,
No pun intended. Dedicated.
Yes.
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to learn more about animatronics too, which is why I said, if I had the time and I could figure out how to, do something like that where a tentacle actually rolls out and has like the suction cups and stuff on
Right.
it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like forced air or a liquid.
Yeah.
There's ways you can do it. It's just it takes a little bit of know-how.
Because I mean, if you think about it, there's like those birthday things that you can blow out and those roll out.
Exactly.
So like it's kind of like the same, like premise.
Oh, so like party favor Cthulhu, that would be fun.
Oh my gosh.
That would be cute.
That would be right.
You're giving people ideas too out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
All the special effects people.
There you go.
Are you friends with a lot of special effects people and makeup people?
I have quite a few. The longer I stay in the industry, the more people that I meet, and
Is there anyone that you really look up to?
I mean, obviously Tom Savini. I love him. As far as anybody like local or in the indie scene, I really appreciate Samantha Marie's work. Amos Effects.
Ooh.
They do a lot of really good work. I've had a couple of their like props and stuff on sets that I've been on.
Yeah,
It's
props
really-
are really important.
It's really all I can think of right now.
Cool. There's a lot
There's
out there.
there's so many.
I get it. It's hard to like think about how many freaking people there
Ariel
are.
Stafford also was like a huge inspiration. I worked with her on The House That Eats Flesh, and she was absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
I really couldn't have asked for a better makeup artist partner.
And how is it for you to sort of be able to do both on a project? Is you got to wear different hats a lot of the times?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because, I mean, my just natural personality, I'm, like just very bubbly and stuff and full
This
of
is
ideas. And
We know this.
Yes.
and then, when I'm acting, like most of the time it's, scared or, like upset or like crying or something. So it's just nice to be able to explore the different like facets of, my personality.
Well, let's touch on that a little bit. Is there a kind of role or a kind of character that you would love to play that you haven't had a chance to do yet?
I would love to be like a really mean character. Like I haven't had a chance to like be bitchy,
Or like
I don't know.
or
You're
like-
giving me my character a little earlier.
Or be something like a predator kind of a thing, like a vampire or a demon or something like that.
See, that'd be super cool.
Caster.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, a super demon or something like that. That'd be fun.
I mean, even if I'm not like, like an attractive monster or something, it'd still be great to like just.
I've heard a lot of like actresses that sort of model or look very pretty like to do roles that make them ugly because they're so used to getting like the sexy role. Like Deborah Shawn, we've had on our Indie Film Cafe Spotlight, she is like that. She loves to do ones that are non-sexy because they are more fun, and she can like stretch out her acting chops.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm tired of being sexy too.
I definitely
Hodor does too.
would love like a role where I'm just like unrecognizable, you know,
Right.
like I just want to be like mean or like grotesque or like I don't care.
And then you just kind of get into that role anyway, right?
Yeah, I could see you like an evil fae creature. That would be interesting.
That'd be neat, like an evil pixie, yeah, or like a sprite.
The Pixie of Doom. Very cute and disturbing at the same time.
Yeah.
That does sound like an indie film right there.
Right.
Indie horror film. Pixie of Doom. So when you get into like a character, like, do you have anything to prepare yourself? Do you think about something before you start doing it?
So I actually was looking at like the different methods of acting like the other day, and I feel like I'm somewhat of like a method actor, you know, because I'll like physically like, you know, do what I'm doing with like acting. I don't know how to explain that, but I also am pretty good at mentally putting myself in a space, you know, to act out my character. Like if I have a character who's going through something very traumatic, you know, like I have personal experiences that I'm able to like, you know, go to in my mind, which will help me get into that mental space for a character.
And that's hard because being able to access things can also trigger stuff and bring up memories and things. And I know there are actors that have tough times withdrawing from those characters after they've accessed that. Has that ever been like an issue, or is you can just go in and out without a problem?
It depends. It depends. Honestly, on like how long the scene lasts, you know, what all I'm doing in the scene. But for the most part, I'm able to snap myself out of it pretty decently quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, because I mean that's some people I've talked to different actors, and some are like they can just like they're in it right then, like, you know, or they'll be like their normal goofy fun self. Next second they're that character, and then the next second after they're right back to their, you know.
Whereas others, they're in character from the moment they wake up. They're in character the entire time they're in
that
set.
Can be method, and that's like Jim Carrey in Man on the Moon when he was playing Andy Kaufman. He did that where he pretended to be Andy like every day of his life. Like you couldn't call him Jim, you could only call him Andy. He was like acting like he was possessed by the spirit of Andy, that kind of thing. And you know, and I've heard other actors, I think Heath Ledger did that for Joker. So like, you know, that happens, you know, or whatever. So
I was gonna say Christian Bale too.
Christian Bale, I think,
Yeah, I think with one of his roles he did that.
That would have been funny if he did it for the Batman, the movie for like the Dark Knight and,
I was thinking
the
American
Joker.
Psycho.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow! Did he do it for American Psycho? No, he must not.
I hope he did.
I hope he did.
Right?
Let's hope not.
Yeah, I hope he didn't like kill anybody or whatever. You know, that's a story that maybe.
But there's an interesting idea for a movie.
That's already been done.
Star.
There's a movie called Method.
Yeah. Okay.
That's actually about a method actress that takes it way too serious. Yeah, as a serial killer.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Elizabeth Hurley or something.
What?
Oh, okay.
Wow, I'm gonna have
big
to watch
names.
that.
Yeah, I think somebody big was, you know, in it. So it's a movie I've been wanting to track down and actually get at some point. Maybe do for Indie Film Cafe, because I don't think it's a big movie.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so method acting is fantastic.
Yeah.
I can do that. Well, especially when I'm directing, I can't do that because you know, you can't be directed by the character. That would be interesting. Like, direct as the character that you're playing.
Like Ed Wood, and just dress up in your character costume and give direction.
Character costume for Ed Wood was him in drag. You know.
You're not going to be like that. Yes, I am. It was funny.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, this has been amazing for this, because you've been doing so much lately and everything. Like you said, you had 22 credits.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking amazing. Like you just started in a way. Like it feels like, you know. So maybe a couple of years, and all of a sudden, like look what you've already accomplished.
Right.
You know, that's huge.
And you're down in North Carolina. Is that where you're originally from, or are you from somewhere else?
I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay. Very cool. Very nice.
She plays with his things. I like. She gets it. You know.
She does. She gets it.
And I
She's
just
like,
like,
you're one of us, without a doubt.
Yes.
one of us.
One of us.
But yeah, definitely. So you said your favorite movie. What's your least favorite movie? I want to hear that. Do you have one? I know it's tough to like.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about everything that I've, like watched. I'm trying to just think of, something that was absolutely so boring. I just could not like.
Or at least disappointed, something like that.
Yeah, I get disappointed. I can't think of anything right offhand.
Okay. Someday you'll think of it and you're like, damn it. Yeah. I got it.
What about other kind of genres? I mean, would you be interested in doing something like a sci-fi or a western or
Action.
Fantasy?
Action.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would love to do like stunts and stuff.
Nice. Can you do anything like martial arts or anything like that, or dancing, or?
Yeah, I do a little bit of dancing. As far as martial arts, I have like no experience, but I'm always willing to learn, and I feel like I'm a pretty quick learner. So
yeah. So if somebody wanted to teach you how to do like certain kind of kicks or whatever, plus the gymnastics would go
right.
really
We've already
well.
established your athletic.
So. And I mean, whenever you're fighting and stuff on screen, it's just this choreography anyway.
Right.
And you're pretty flexible, right? Like with your stuff. So all that stuff would be pretty easy for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think action would be really cool. I could just see myself in like a helicopter wearing like a crazy like suit or something with like a weapon. I don't know.
What about? Is there something that you have no interest in doing, or a genre movie, or a type of thing that you just have no interest that you're like, pass?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I want to be well rounded. As an actress, and as a makeup artist. I'd like to be able to do all kinds of, makeup and art. I would definitely love to learn, as far as special effects go, more lab work, because I'm not totally sure how to do like molding and casting and that. I know how to sculpt. I can sculpt really well, but I'm still learning the processes between molding and casting like a mask or a whole like prosthetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you do things like plaster casts, like face casts and things like that?
That's where I need to focus. Yeah, that's where I need to focus. Like I have like a basic understanding of it, but I just need to do it a few times with somebody, either watching me or showing me at first.
All volunteers.
Yeah, I'll volunteer for that.
Face cast, yeah, they're really fun. They can be a little scary, because sometimes you can't breathe. Like
right.
So you have to make sure like nose holes and stuff around.
And I think at this point they're using polymer materials as opposed to plaster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing.
Silicone.
But you'd also have to find a source to get all that stuff too.
Yes, and makeup is very expensive. Very expensive, even just regular.
I think the way they do it is, the old method where they make a plaster cast of a face, and then you can pour the silicone into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yes.
Yeah. Form it from that.
But that's I need to have some more experience in lab work.
But you could do other things. You can do feet and hands and body parts and stuff like that, and paint them and have them around.
Yeah,
which is fun.
You could like make my hand all weird. Like I can make a little thing like and like hold a crystal ball or something. You just gave me a really cool idea.
There you go.
That's what Paul's here for. Just throwing out ideas.
That's what I do.
A cowl
idea.
It's a cowl.
Life size rubber cow.
Nice. You're saying that. I thought cow and owl together. Cowl.
Cowl. I was saying
cowl,
but I was doing cowl.
So it's moot instead of hoot.
Yeah.
I'll be playing all week, folks.
Oh my god, that was great. I want to see that. Now you have to create that character. A cow owl. Cowl.
Yeah.
Clearly, I like the sillier end of things. So.
Well, who doesn't? People who don't just have no sense of humor. So, because everybody should like the sillier side.
Yeah, you'd think so. We run into folks, even in our business, that they just don't appreciate some of the funnier things or sillier things. And it's just, how could you do that? I mean, it's just fun,
Yeah, you gotta just enjoy yourself,
And you know what it's like. I mean, there can be grueling hours working in this industry, especially in the indie community, and there's not a lot of money and not a lot of fame and not a lot of payback, but it's a dedication and it's a lot of work and
the experience is worth it. The people are worth it, and the end product is worth it. Every set that I'm on, I learn something. And
that's the way you gotta treat it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A good attitude to have.
Yeah, because if you don't, if you're taking away that, you're not taking away something, then you're not doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
So as an actor or a special effects person, you gotta learn, okay, we're gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be things that I didn't do well on that, or there's gonna be things that I wish I had done, but next shoot, I do better, and that's, it's always learning. You're supposed to be going up, not down.
Yeah.
In a way.
And it's funny because sometimes you end up doing things and you really like them and you never expected it. I mean, one of the things I've gotten to do since working with Jonathan is gotten to do some set designs. And that has been really, really fun. I was amazed after I started doing that. I guess it's because I'm always noticing details and things like that in films. I guess it's the photography in me. And I've been enjoying dressing sets. It's just a neat thing,
Yeah. He enjoyed doing that on The Dark Office, and he did it for The Love Spell. He dressed up the set there and everything, which thank you, Paul, for a lot of that. And he cooked, for us. And
that was fun too.
Oh gosh, the food was delicious.
Yeah.
This man can cook.
Yeah.
But somebody asked me, can Paul cook? When I said, I hope so, because this was before I had it. I was like, I hope so, because he wants to do it. So I don't think anybody would actually volunteer to cook unless they actually could cook.
Yes, some people's idea of cooking is Domino's deliver. But that's no
ramen.
Try to do the real thing.
But ramen from the Food Line ramen. I'd rather do that. 'Cause I don't cook. I never. My brother's a cook. I'm not a cook. I feel like it's something that is in you, and everything. And I'm an eater.
I love to cook. I love to. I'm a stuffed peppers. I love making stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers.
Stuffed peppers.
Yeah, and spaghetti, which is what we ate last night. Made spaghetti. It was delicious. The bomb.
I was glad you went with spaghetti because we were talking about that.
No.
So when you are able to or whatever, do you have a plan to take your home and turn it into a kind of your own little studio thing, or are you gonna how are you gonna do with that?
Eventually, in the future. Right now, where I live, I can't really do much.
Mm-hmm.
But once I buy my own house one day, I'd love to. Even if I have a garage, I can make that the whole.
Excuse me.
But no, even if I had a garage or something, I'd make that my whole, studio. And
right.
But I definitely want to have a whole house just full of horror memorabilia and movies.
You liked our studio, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh
I did.
My God.
I loved all the posters and everything. And
so she was before she she said she didn't collect movies or whatever. By the end of us hanging out in the studio, she was like, I'm gonna go get I'm gonna buy a studio. And then she told me today she was gonna go buy a movie and then start collecting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we could probably gift you with one or two stinky movies to get you on your way. We got a few leftovers.
We got a few movies. Yeah, we actually do. We
Yes,
have
we
some
do.
movies that are left over right now. So
We'll get your cow election started. Your herd.
My
movies.
herd of movies.
There you go.
Yeah.
I heard of movies.
You love saying movies.
It's nice to see if I've calverted you into cows.
Yes, I'm just over the moon about it.
Very nice, very nice. But
You turned her into a monster, man.
You strike me as very critter friendly. You've got
Yes.
some critters yourself, don't you?
I do. I have 3 cats, a dog, a bearded dragon, and a Eurymastix, which is also another lizard.
Oh, okay.
Two
There you go.
lizards, nice.
Yeah. Yep.
So wow. So
I
were
used
you
to
always
have a
into that,
tarantula,
or?
too. I used
Ooh.
to have a tarantula and a snake, but unfortunately they passed.
No.
But yeah, I've always been into animals. I grew up with a whole bunch of cats and dogs, and I used to, before I even got into this industry, I was going to school for veterinary medicine,
Aw.
but I wanted to work on exotic animals like birds and
Mhm.
reptiles and hedgehogs. I think
Oh,
hedgehogs
little
are so
hedgies.
cute.
They are
Yeah.
adorable.
Well, I hate to say it though, I'm glad you chose this industry so that we could meet you and work with you and everything like that. 'Cause
I can let my creative flag fly, and that makes me very happy. I'm at a very good point, in my life right now. I mean, obviously bad things still happen. Life is a roller coaster, but I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with how
Yeah.
life is.
That's
if,
good.
if bad things didn't happen, you wouldn't appreciate
Yeah,
the
you
good.
wouldn't appreciate the good things at all. Yeah, I completely agree.
And you're able to put up with us, the chatterbox and the weirdo.
It's not even putting up with. Y'all are friends, seriously. I love
Yeah.
y'all. So.
Yay.
Hey. And yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I think so you were friends with him as well as friends with me, and I mean you saw his cow stuff, and you weren't turned away. Some people are worried about it. I don't like it. I don't know, and I never had to care about it. I knew Paul from when we first met. I knew he was a little weird. But it's okay, if he weren't weird, I'd be surprised.
I wouldn't. You know what? I've met weirder people.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were just Paul. You were awesome. Yeah. Now
There
every
you
time
go.
I see cows, I'm gonna think of you.
Yay!
Just like I do. I always send him something going, cows!
Cow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Good. Alright. Well, is there any projects that you didn't get to mention that you'd like to...
Oh gosh, I have so many. I do. I have so many. Debbie Does Demons. I'm gonna be filming for that soon.
Donald Farmer again?
Yeah. Yep. And Jessa Daisy. Jess is awesome.
Oh,
Yay,
Jessica, you had to work
Jessica.
with her
We
on.
want to work with her too.
I worked with her on Shark Exorcist and Slumber Party Slaughter Party 2. And yeah, those are the only 2 projects so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, Debbie Does Demons is next. That I'm working
Nice.
with her on. I also am excited for Witch on a Walker. There's a kind of a documentary movie almost. It's it's about Ed Gein. And I'll be actually playing a 58-year-old woman in that.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, talk about range right there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Next year I have The Naughty List with Michael Taylor and Noelle Berger.
So that's I'm guessing a Christmas,
Yep.
slasher or something.
Yes.
That's fun.
And then next year I'll be going to Seattle and filming with Sean Kane for Mistrial and Road Rage.
Those are both 2 different movies
Yeah,
that you're filming with him?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I have a whole bunch of stuff happening.
Wow, I hope we get enough time
Yeah.
to squeeze you back in.
Yeah, there's Crystal Lake fan film, and there's a whole anthology kind of fan series that I'm working on too with Stephen Bastian. Matt Cloud, I'm gonna be working with him on an SOV Krampus.
Nice.
Movie.
Love Matt.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
But yeah, I could not be more grateful.
Yeah,
Seriously.
definitely. Wow. That's a lot you're doing.
Well,
Yeah.
and we're
Kill
grateful that you had the time to come and help out our project.
Yes,
And you'll
absolutely.
be back next year for Tales from Mickle Lake. So you'll be
Yay.
back again with us. And you'll be
Yes.
you're looking at me
Yeah,
going, wait,
wait.
you're skipping something
Yeah,
else?
yeah.
She'll be back for the Screwed Campfire wraparound too.
Yes.
But
Nice.
I'm not trying to whatever, but it's that I was also talking about that, but because we'd already talked about you being part of the Screen Queen Campfire, so I was like, she was giving me this thing like, wait, did we?
What? Yeah.
Is that not happening?
Yeah.
So you'll be back in Thursday, and then we're trying to get you back up in December just to do like photo shoots and other shit.
Yes,
so.
actually, you were not here for this conversation, but we wanted to talk to you about like a 48-hour pajama onesie party here.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
We were talking about the 48-hour thing, and then she was like, got really excited. Let's do the onesie party in a 48-hour thing. I was like, Paul would probably die for that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be a fun weekend, and stuff. So that would be great. I would definitely would love to do that too. So.
So many movies.
That means I have to buy a onesie now. So.
Yes, you do.
So many movies to show you.
That's right.
Well, yes, exactly. Wow, 48 hours. That's a lot. That's a lot of indie film cafe we could have.
I know.
A podcast,
Yeah, and yep.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much. You've been just such a delight, period, having you around and everything. We just really appreciate
miss you.
Oh, I'm gonna miss y'all too.
I know, but
I'll be back soon.
Yeah.
We haven't left yet, so it's not like you're leaving right after this. So we're gonna keep you around for as long as we can.
Yes.
So we're really excited and can't wait to work with you again.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
And check us next month for a whole new episode of Indie Film Cafe Spotlight, everybody.
Yep.
Have a good one. Bye. Hey everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Indie Film Cafe. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody. I'm here with...
Presenza, and this is Indie Cafe Spotlight.
Okay, hold on. Starting again.